Welcome to the realm where the lasers beam bright. Rich Patrick and Jeremy lighting up your night, cutting through the dark with the laser beam. We're really glad you could join the stream. We're the laser makers, we're setting the pace. From engraving to cutting in this high-tech chase, whether wood or metal, glass or stone, we bring the magic right into your home. So gather round wherever you roam, find inspiration in our maker's dome. Subscribe and like, get in the game with Rich Patrick and Jeremy. Remember the names. Ideas light up, projects take form in the maker's realm. Creativity is the norm, so light the beam. Let's start the play with the laser makers, where we create every day.
Okay, that last scene right there, that sort of caught me by surprise.
Yeah, that was an old one.
That was an old one. Yeah, so hey, everybody. As you can see, it's just Jeremy and me tonight. Patrick couldn't make it. He's got his full-time job has taken a lot out of him. So he's at a home in bed with a headache tonight. Hopefully everybody else here is doing well. Hi to everybody.
Howdy, howdy.
We got lots and lots of people in here making comments already. I don't think I'm going to go through all of them, but all the regulars are here tonight. Thank goodness. And yeah, we are off schedule. So because of commitments, you know, Patrick's back on full-time job and Jeremy's doing the craft shows and things like that. So we're not going to be on a schedule anymore. We're just going to do a pop-up maybe once a month or once every 3 weeks.
Yep.
So this is tonight's pop-up. Welcome, everyone. Glad to see you all here. Good to see you here. Jeremy?
Rich, how are you?
I'm doing well, thanks. Earlier I was doing a little cleanup and put on a live stream, and oh my goodness, wound up giving me a headache. Just so many things that were said wrong in the live stream. But so much bad information out there. That's all I can say. But right anyway, you won't get any bad information from us here tonight. I promise you. So tonight we are getting started with Christmas decorations. So I have already gotten started this week, and I have other live streams that I do. I do a patron live stream and I do a members only live stream on my channel. So I've been working on some Christmas decorations as well as a toy for my grandson. So I'll show you what I've been working on this week, and then I'll show you what I've got for this week, and then Jeremy will show you his. Mm-hmm. So for this week, this is what I've been working on. So this is one of my Christmas crosses, and this is all wood. It's painted wood. And I was experimenting so that I could get the paint to change color to white, which if you've seen my video, 50 Shades of Gray, you'll know how to do that. So that's why I have the white lettering and the black on top. So this is all wood, painted wood. This is from Creator Ally. I got that right now because in my live stream yesterday, one of the viewers corrected me. You know, I was saying creatorally, And he was like, no, I think that's Creator Ally. And he was right. So, and then this is the other one. This is the Tau Cross.
I like that one.
Thank you. So this one is slightly different. The red is painted wood from Creator Ally, but the black layer is acrylic, black acrylic. So these are both done on the Lasermatic. And then my grandson has a new fascination with a game called the Maze Game on his phone. So I asked him if he wanted me to make one. So I did this week as well. So I did this game for him. It's not completely finished yet because I still have to put an acrylic cover on, and I'm out of my 1mm acrylic. So I have to wait for that to come in. But up here, you'll see there's a magnet, and there are some little ball bearings. And you just grab a ball bearing, you put it in the start a hole over here, and you try and make your way over to the finish hole over here. This is 3 layers of 3mm birch. So that's what I've been doing this week. And tonight I'm going to do something a little different. I'm going to, since so many people say they have such a hard time doing double-sided things, I'm going to do something double-sided tonight. So in the laser, I've got some painted wood, some blue painted wood over there. And I've got that locked in place with these edge lock magnets that I got from Wild Willow. And Wild Willow is Emily and Joel run a channel called Wild Willow, a YouTube channel. And they actually make these edge lock, brand new product. I think I have one here. So they come in 2 different sizes. You have the 3-inch size, which is this right here. And it has 1.5mm drop on one side, 1mm drop on the other. So basically, you just put it on the edge of your material, and it locks down onto, if you have a steel honeycomb. They come in 2 sizes. So then you have the big size here to lock down your 12-inch material. Really, really well done. Nicely done. No gaps, nothing. I don't see where it snaps together. I guess they stopped the 3D print in the middle and put the magnets in while it's printing. More than likely. That's the only thing I can think of. But really, really nice stuff and really good magnets as well. So I'm going to use these tonight. And by the way, everything that I'm talking about now, if you click on the description down below the live stream, there'll be links there where you can go and check it out if you like. I really like this Creator Ally plywood because it's thinner than most. It's like 2mm. So, and it has a beautiful finish on it. So the finish on these, that finish is from the factory. And I didn't do anything to it after I took it off the laser. So what I'm going to do tonight, let me actually share my screen. I'm not ready for this. Okay, I have to get my file explorer going and find the files that I'm sharing tonight. So give me just 1 second. YouTube Makers Realm live 11:22. All right, so here are my files, and I'm going to show you these right now. There we go. Okay, so this is the folder that you're going to get, and what you'll see here is there are 3 different Lightburn files in here. Okay, so depending on what laser you use, so you'll see this one says bottom left origin. That would be like for most diode lasers except for NAJ and X-Tool. And then over here you see top left origin. That would be like for NAJ and X-Tool or a CO2. And then you see top right origin for CO2. So these are the 3 Lightburn files. And then over here is the art library if you prefer to use an art library. So now that you've seen the files in there, and Jeremy's files are in there too, by the way. So now that you've seen that, let's go over to Lightburn, and I'll show you what the Lightburn file looks like. So these are the Christmas ornaments that I'm going to do tonight, and I'm going to show you how to do these double-sided. So I've arranged all of these on a 12 by 12 toolpath, which comes with the file. It'll be just like this, and they're tilted in such a way where you can put 9 on one sheet. These are 4-inch ornaments. And basically what I'm going to do is run this job and then show you how I flip these to run the other side. So real easy. I know this is probably something a lot of you already know how to do, but I just get so many questions about it. A few years ago when I did my business card coin, nobody could reproduce it, or a lot of people, I should say. I shouldn't say nobody. A lot of people are having trouble reproducing it when they flip the coins. So I'm just going to show you how I do it tonight. And hopefully you guys will enjoy these. And these will be ready to hang on the tree. Now, I am using, so the file I'm using tonight is going to be blue. And I'm hoping that my engraving is going to come out white. And that's why I really like doing this on painted wood. And again, if you haven't seen my video, go to my channel and search for 50, the number 50, and you'll see a video there called 50 Shades of Gray. And that'll also show you how to do color. All right. Long-winded, Jeremy. Okay, so
yeah, fine. That's fine.
All right, Jeremy's turn. Jeremy, let's see what you're doing tonight and the files that you're sharing.
Well, I came up with something, and I saw this on Pinterest, or I was doing some stuff for another project, and this showed up in my feed. Where's that board? Rich told me to do this tonight so you can see it. So these are a 4-way ornament. Is that visible? Okay.
It's fine as long as you don't put your face in there. Yep.
Okay. Yeah, 4-way ornaments with a snowflake inside. And so I've got, another one. And I don't have a lot of paint in the shop, so this is just what I painted. And so there's 4 of them. There's 4 of them that I've done in the file. And I've left 2 blank ornaments with the slot in them. And then there's 20 more different snowflakes that I have accumulated, made, found, changed, just threw them in there. So you've got 24 total.
Wow.
The 4 that are done and 20 more different ones. I'm working on another one right now, and I'm going to burn it and put it together tonight. But that's my file. Just globe snowflake ornaments. I thought they were cool, so I thought I'd put some together.
Did I not say that? Did I not say that right about the edge lock magnets? 1.5 millimeter on one side and 3 millimeter on the other. I guess I said it wrong.
Yeah, I don't know. I think I can't remember what you said now.
Thanks, Ed. So yeah, so the edge lock magnets are 1.5 millimeter on one side, 3 millimeter on the other.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, Ed. No, Jack. Patrick's got a headache tonight. He had a long week at work. The new job is really putting a lot of pressure on him. So he was just telling me. He was telling me yesterday it's like they have like 3 to 4 times the amount of prescriptions to fill every day as compared to the last job he had.
Yeah, what was that? Pop? Yeah, this one. This one's painted white with red, white, and blue. There's red on top, silver in the middle, blue on the bottom. But that's a painted white. And that's what I did. I just sprinkled some glitter on it to get a red, white, and blue one. Yeah.
Why does the video say live in 23 hours? Well, you're live here with us.
Yeah, I mean, okay.
Did you open it 23 hours ago? I don't know. V. What could you sell these for? The ornaments?
I have no idea. Probably $5 to $10 a piece, depending on where you're at, what your market is. Sell them as a 6-pack for $20 or something.
Yeah, I would say between $4 and $5 a piece.
You could do like a 6-pack for $10 if you're just going to cut them and flat pack them and let somebody else paint and put them together. Yeah. That's easy money.
Hi, Kate. Kate's been with me all week in all my live streams. Okay, so I don't know why V is saying it says the video says live in 23 hours. We're live now. So I know everything's working. We're not using the old software anymore. We've gone back to our original software that we were using, and hopefully everything is going to be good. I know it's working because we have 100 comments already and over 100 people watching. So yeah, so I think everything's working smooth. So 67. No, it's over 100 right now, but we're broadcasting to 4 different channels. So the total is all 4 channels combined. There might be 67 on the channel you're watching. Okay, so I think I'm gonna probably get started. What do you think? You ready to get started? You want to do Q&A now, or you want to do it later?
I have one more show and tell to do, but yeah, we can do that.
All right, let's do the other show and tell before we get started.
So everybody's asking about the drop down for the MK2 so they can get their rotary down lower. Well, this is the first piece. And this is going to, it's going to sit like this. So your deck's going to sit right here against this lip. And it's going to sit down in that recess. And then this clip is just going to be 2 pieces per side. And this is just the other side of the clip. Am I doing that right? Yeah. So you're just going to slide those 2 pieces together once this is attached. And it just snaps into place.
Thank you, Ben.
Oh, thank you. It just snaps into place, so it's going to kind of hold it vertically. There's screw holes in the top you're going to mount with, and I'm going to do a video on how to put this all together. But yeah, I've got it figured out. I'm printing it. There's 2 more pieces coming off. I have the first rough version in you can see it right in the corner behind the comments here. I got the first rough version in there already, and it's solid, and it doesn't move. So cool. I'm kind of happy with that, but I made a couple changes. That will be coming. I'm hoping the first of the year I'll have everything ready.
Yeah, you should start selling that on the Rolly Automation Facebook group too. Oatman,
I put a post on there already.
Okay. Oatman, the files for tonight that we're doing tonight are in the zip package right below the video. Unless you're watching on Patrick's channel, they may not be there.
I also put the files in West Michigan Makers Guild, my other Facebook page, because we were having an issue getting it on the YouTube channel tonight, and I didn't know if it was going to make it. So I put the files in there, but they are on my channel now too.
Buster is asking how much you're going to plan on charging. Right now they're free, right?
What's that?
Oh, no. We was talking about something else. So
yeah, about the drop down mod, probably.
Yeah, the drop down.
Yeah, I'm working out costs and time and all that kind of stuff, and we're probably talking around close to the $50 range because I've got screws, nuts, clips, installation tools that I'm sending with and everything. So it's going to be a pretty much one and done. You don't have to buy anything once you get this. Just you'll have all the tooling and everything to put it together.
Yeah. Yeah. So people think that, hey, you 3D print a file and it only costs you $1. Why are you selling it for $20? But there's a lot more that goes into it than that. There's the time to design it. There's lots of other things. There are other parts that go with it that you have to buy. Yeah. So thank you, Kate, by the way.
Yeah, they're not here. I've got hundreds and hundreds of screws and nuts and different things already that I've purchased ready to go.
And then nobody talks about the shipping, like the mouse pads that I gave away last week. They cost me an average of $6 a piece to ship, so.
Yeah, I don't know what shipping's going to be yet, but that's going to be on top of the cost.
Yeah.
Right now, it takes about 3/4 of a roll of filament, maybe a little bit more per kit. So it's, yeah.
Yeah. So the 40, Chuck is saying the 40-ounce Yetis are just a hair too tall. Yeah. I actually did a couple of 40-ounce Yetis on mine with the factory drop-down kit, and it worked. They worked just fine. Thanks, Buster. Buster said he's going to get them from you.
Cool. Appreciate that.
All right. Well, while we get started, we can answer questions as we go. I'm going to go ahead and start up the laser and get my job going. Only thing I'm going to do first is just preview it. I'm going to put this preview on screen because I think this is important.
Do it.
So, before I get started, I'm going to preview this job. And, all right, got to cut selected graphics. And what I'm looking for here is you have to have show traversal moves on. And I just want to make sure that none of the overscan goes past that green line, which is the boundary of my laser. So I know a lot of you know this already. But for those of you that don't, this green line is the boundary of the laser. So that all looks good. And you'll notice that normally when I do something like this, I dock it in the top left corner. But you'll see here that I've moved it 5 millimeters out just to make sure that my overscanning doesn't go too far. So I just wanted to mention that because that's important. Another thing, too, is that these are designed to be in fill. So if your window, by default, the window looks like that in Lightburn. So if you want to check and see how these are going to look, just click on Window and come down here to Fill Course. And that'll show you what the filled project is going to look like. Now, you don't want to run these in line just because I have tons and tons of different lines everywhere in here. So if I were to preview this in line, then you'd see it generating all of the paths for those lines and everything. It might even take 15 or 20 seconds to generate the preview. So you want to do this in fill, just like that. And you want to make sure always that your black layer, which the black here would be on top. The blue layer, there are very few things on the blue layer. But what is on the blue layer is this one line right here. So that's just a score line, and that's only to make it look round. And you can see it here on the template as well. That's just a score. Well, that's a score line. That has to be in line. So if you put it into fill, the blue, then Lightburn's going to remove it because it's going to say that it found lines that were set to fill, and it's just going to remove it. So black layer on top, blue layer second. That doesn't matter either way around. But what really matters is your red layer third down on the bottom. And I'm just going to change my settings here. I'm going to bump up the speed on the cut and change some of the engraving settings. But I wanted to cover that before I actually get started. Because, sometimes little things that you leave out cause people to make big mistakes. So now I'll go change some of my settings here and speed up the cut.
I see some questions in there. I'm going to step out of the shop for just a second. I'll be right back, and then we can address questions, or you can take care of that. If you want to show them what your laser is doing, I'll be right back.
Okay. All right, so let me run through some of the questions first. Do either of you guys have experience with laser pecker lasers and software? Trying to engrave black anodized card, but it prints inverted even if I invert the image. Yeah, I have two laser peckers, but I really never spent much time using them because I don't like them. So I don't know, Jerry. On the layer, I'm assuming that you're saying it prints inverted even if I invert the image. That would probably have to be a question to send to laser pecker support. So yes, Ernie. Yeah, he's modeling a kit, an adapter kit, so that you can do your large tumbles. Cindy, I haven't published the maze file. So that's something I did for my grandson. So that's not published yet. Looks like Santa fell out of the sleigh on the far right middle row. Yeah, I didn't put a Santa in there. I actually, I don't know why, because I reused that graphic from another one, but it's just one reindeer as well. Instead of all the reindeer, there are a couple of them with just one reindeer. But that's what happens when you get what you pay for, I guess. Okay. All right. Okay, so you're back. You can watch the comments. And yes. Have you done anything with that laser pecker I gave you?
I've tried using that little thing. That's the very first one, right? Number one.
Number two.
You have to use a phone app with it, and everything is upside down, and it doesn't line up very well. It burns. It burns cork okay, and I've gotten a decent mark on some good Baltic birch plywood, but if you get something that's not very good, it doesn't like to do it.
Yeah.
There is some adjustability in the settings, but I don't really like it.
Okay. So, yeah, I don't know. I have I gave the laser pecker 2 to Jeremy. I have the 4. I think it's the 4. 1. Is it the 1?
Yeah, it's the first
one. No, then I have the 2 and the 4. But I really have never used them because they haven't worked well with light burn. All right, so let's see. We're going to go to this one, cut. I'm just going to assign some speeds to my laser. And then we've got the engrave. And then we've got the line. I'll change the line to 15,080. All right, I think I have all of my settings done. Now, the one thing that's important when you're going to do double-sided and you're going to be flipping your items in the laser is that you must make sure that you cut all the way through your material. That's extremely important. So make sure you get your settings down right. You can cut one as a test just to make sure before you run an entire batch. All right, let me get things turned on. And I don't know if that I don't know if the laser mat is going to hit that edge lock or not. Let's see. Oh, it clears the edge lock. That's good to know. All right. I'm going to do a quick frame on this just to make sure that everything's in the right spot. Yeah, I think that right side is a little too close to my edge lock. So I'm going to do another frame. And that's going to put my engraving very close to hitting the side. but still looks okay.
Always double check that you're in the proper power setting. I glad I did that. I was in the 10 watt from something earlier today. That would have been fun.
Okay, so I'm looking good on my framing, and I think I'm ready to get going here. Get this job running.
All right, I'm cutting mine out too. I just designed another snowflake ball with one of the ones that are left.
I'm just keeping my fingers crossed that I'm going to get the white engraving that I'm wanting. I do have that white setting down from the other shop. It did work good this week here, but anytime I change color of wood, then I start to worry a little bit.
Aloha from Maui. Howdy, Peter. Did you talk to Ernie about the kit for people who don't have the factory drop down?
About what?
Yeah, this is basically for those who still want one and can't get one because they're not selling them anymore.
Joe, I'm not actually selling those mouse pads, so I don't even I haven't even priced what my cost would be to sell them. I know they're pretty expensive though, because my average shipping cost is $6 to ship it. So, it would be like $6, $8, $9 would be my total cost, most likely somewhere between $9 and $9.25. I don't know. I'd probably have to sell them for like $15 in order to sell them, but I don't know how many people would be interested in buying them. If you shoot me an email, I will. I'll come up with a price for you, but it's probably going to be more than you want to pay.
Well, I mean, they're supporting the channel, so it all goes to a good cause. Joe said he paid $20.
You'd pay $20. I don't think I charge that much.
Yeah.
How about 30? Do I hear 30? 30. I got 20. Do I hear 30?
35.
25. We're at 25. 30. Do I hear 30?
Left it on 10 watt for an entire sheet yesterday or the day before. Forgot to change it back. Came back over to the laser, and I wondered why it didn't cut through all the way. Found out.
Yes, it is designed specifically for the Lasermatic. Okay, Jack is saying 2002. I got 2002. Do I hear 2003?
I had a penny on the desk the other day. Where'd it go? I'll throw a penny in.
I don't have any more for giveaways, but if you guys are interested, just shoot me an email at the LA Hobby Guy at gmail.com, and I'll figure out how much it would cost. And yeah, I could autograph it. Jim's up to 25. I'd be happy if I just, make my costs. Kate says she's never opened the rotary yet. Chuck says he's never used his Mark II 10 watt. Wow. On 10 watt.
I've never used my rotary either. I tried a couple times and I couldn't figure it out.
I use the Lasermatic on 10 watt all the time for like really fine cutting or engraving.
Right there. That's what my 10 watts used for. Cutting fine detail out of my earrings.
Okay, I'm not getting the pure white. I'm getting some black on this too. So that's why I always worry about colors. And you know what it could be? Let me check this black layer. Yeah, I have the LPI set to 275. I should have lowered that to 225 for this job.
Is that the XW or is that the regular MK2?
Who are you talking to?
You.
This is the original prototype for the MK2 before the MK2 was launched. Yes, so what I'm using right now is the Lasermatic by Rolly Automation. They are no longer for sale. Yeah, Chuck, so that, yeah, for engraving cutting boards, you definitely want to use the 30 watt. I have an X-Tool D1 Pro rotary still in the box, almost 2 years old, never tried. I think I still have a D1 Pro in the storage unit that's brand new in the box. Kind of worthless now because they're out of business and they are not producing parts for them. I mean, the D1 has been discontinued.
All right, well, there's the two pieces cut out. They just slide together. Get your curve set right. Of course, it's on camera.
What did you have your curve set to?
Perfect. I'll just tell them to get their curve set right. That snowflake is in the snowflakes that's in the file, so you'll be able to see that one and use it.
Oh, okay.
It takes a little bit of work to get to get the design so that they slot together, but I figured it out and I can do it pretty quick now.
So the best way to learn is to just get started.
Yeah, definitely dig in.
I don't know if you're talking to me. Yeah, I think the one that I've got in storage is the D1 Pro. But I refused to do any videos for them because of the contract they wanted me to sign, and they wanted certain wording in the video, and I just don't do videos like that.
Thank you, Avery.
What is the clearance height of your laser guard? The edge locks are 7 millimeter. I don't know what it is.
The clearance on the Rolly, that is I want to say 8.2. $7.8 millimeter. 8 millimeter.
Yeah. So the edge locks are 6.75 millimeters. I just measured it, and the focus is 8 millimeters. So yeah, I have plenty of room. Your background screen looks like something from the movie Tron.
Mm-hmm. It does.
That is just something I put into AI. I said, give me a grid of laser beams, and that's what came out.
I just watched the very first Tron movie the other day, a couple weeks ago. Came across it searching, and I was like, you know what? I haven't seen that since I was a kid. I'm going to watch it again.
Yeah, Chuck. So any library that you get, any library that I make for the machines that I have, are not going to work on yours. They're all going to need to be tweaked. So, your environment's going to have different temperature and humidity, and your materials are going to be different. So every library has to be tweaked to your own personal needs. You can share that with someone else with an XW, and they'll tell you the same thing. They'll have to tweak it. Yeah, so there are a couple of Lasermatics left in inventory. I think there are like 9 left, but it's only certain places in the EU and Australia. Yeah,
Yeah, there isn't any left in the EU. There's
yeah.
only 9 or 8 left in Australia from the last I saw something.
Yeah, Buster, that's great advice. Cardboard cardstock is the best thing to get started with on laser engraving. Andy says that Nick said during a live stream last night he stopped working with Xtool because of the yeah. So they want you to. They're going to give you a free machine, which none of us need in the first place. Okay, and they want you to say all kinds of great things about the company. And you know what? We don't know all these great things about the company because really is nothing great to say about Xtool. So. I've never done a video on an Xtool product for those exact reasons. Even though they keep sending me their products and then wanting me to sign a contract afterward, and I pretty much told them, stop sending me your products. Awesome. Yeah, you're going to love these. I mean, I took my shot at making some 3D printed ones about 2 years ago. They were okay. I let ComGrow sell them on their website. And then I sold the design to somebody up north who, I don't know if he ever even started selling them or not, but mine had 4 step downs on them.
The one thing I will say about these, I got a whole pile of these things. You got little snowman arms or chicken left over. I don't know what you want to do with them.
Build little snowmen.
Mine go in the recycling bin.
Chuck says that he's in St. Charles Parish. Tweaking settings is how he learned. Yeah. St. Charles, that's not far from you. My niece used to work at the hospital in St. Charles. Don't sugarcoat things. I don't ever sugarcoat it, anything. Everybody always says that, you know, I sounded like a pitch man for the last 3 years for the Lasermatic, but that's not true. You know, I just said the truth about their machines. That's all. Kate says she's finishing up with my wife's gift. Oh, cool. Thank you so much. She's going to love it. She still keeps those dish towels in the kitchen. She absolutely loves them, Kate. Thank you. Pop-Pop's saying he just set up his LaserMaster 3 20-watt and pulled out his old Xtool 5-watt with extension rails. Having cutting issues with the Artur, but working on it. Next question. What light burn setting did you change to make it fill one ornament at a time? When I have several, yeah, well, that's my mistake because I didn't group them. So, you know, right now I have fill groups individually in the settings, and I shouldn't. I should have grouped. Each one of these is grouped, so it's doing them one at a time. So it's going to take 3 times as long. But I should have changed it to. In fact, you know what? I'm going to stop the job as soon as it finishes this one, and I'm going to change that. Chuck says he grew up in Harvey and wife is from Marrero. Cool. I've driven by your place plenty of times. One of these days I need to stop in and say thank you in person. I'm usually here or I'm at the other shop over on La Palco, one or the other. Yeah, as soon as this one finishes, I'm going to go ahead and group. In fact, I'm going to group them now. There we go. I always do that. You know, it always takes longer than it should just because I forget to group them before I start the job. But I'll fix that. But you're right. This is going to take way too long. So I will stop it as soon as it finishes this one. Yeah, Chuck, you're always welcome. You should email me first and give me a time, because I'm actually back and forth between the shop at the house and the shop up on Lapalco. But if you email me ahead of time, I'll tell you where I'm going to be when you want to come visit. Okay, so I'll show you that too in a second. Once I stop the job, John, I'll show you the difference. All right, here we go. Getting ready to stop it now. And I think I'm going to lower that power setting too. The LPI. All right, here it comes. Let's go ahead and stop that. And let's just home the machine. And then let me move it out of the way. Okay, so now I'll switch over to Lightburn. And I'll show you what I did. Oh, I still have the move on. Hang on. Go back to the selector. All right, let me ungroup that. All right, so what I'm going to do different now is with all of these, let me show you what happens the way we were just running it, what you pointed out. Let's cut selected graphics. All right, so if we preview, see, I have 1 hour for the preview. And that's not what I wanted. So see, this is where we were up to. So all I have to do here is just hit group and then preview again. We went down to 47, 46, but it's better than it was anyway. Now it'll do them all at once. So I am going to just change my LPI. I think I'm going to go 255 on the black and maybe lower the power to 80%. I'd really like to try and get that all white if I can. So now that I've got that all done, I'm going to preview and I'm going to scrub. And I'm going to play this. Okay, so right. Back up just a little bit. Play again. All right, so right here is where I'm going to start the job. So I'm going to click Start here, and then I'm going to click on Start Job on Laser from here. Now we're back in business. And hopefully that white is going to come out a little bit better. I hope that answers your question. What setting did you use for your black tumbler? I can't get to that right now. That's on the other machine in the shop next door. So I'm not sure. But what I did do on the black tumblers is I always defocus by about 2.5 to 3 millimeters. And I run it pretty hot. Oh, yeah, Jerry. Everything's different in Metairie and Kenner now. Kenner is like another country. The Lapalco shop is the one I recognize from your videos. Yeah. Yeah, that one is at 5421 Lapalco.
What's burning? What's not burning?
Yeah, by the way, John, I use that all the time. I always start from preview just because I make so many mistakes, and even that white is looking a little dark, but I think that might be okay. Good to hear, Rich. Yeah, pop up. I do this all the time. I always make mistakes on the grouping. So, and then I figure it out when I start the job, and I'm like, oh, you know what? I got to stop the job and redo it again. Greg, those are Christmas ornaments. I'm going to be doing double-sided Christmas ornaments tonight. Yeah, my pleasure. That's because of my mistake that I had to do that.
Mm-hmm. I just had to do that the other day with one of mine too.
Ernie says he wish he would have known that yesterday. I think we've demonstrated that before, haven't we?
Yeah.
Yeah. You got to watch every live stream. Yeah, Tony. So yeah, the fill angle does affect the time for the job. It's not by much. It's only by minutes or less. But depending on if you're doing like a crosshatch or something like that. No, that's not acrylic. It's just painted wood. So like I said earlier in the video, if you don't know how to get color on painted wood, you can go to my channel. Last year I did a video called 50 Shades of Gray. You can just search for 50 and it'll come up and it'll show you how to get 50 Shades of Gray as well as color. Yeah, well, if you watch my channel enough, you'll certainly learn what they are.
New steaks, those are good on the grill.
Yeah. I don't think I've ever had moose steaks.
I hope you don't eat tofu steaks.
Ernie, this project is already templated for a 12 by 12 piece of wood. This piece of wood happens to be 11.75 by 11.75. So I'm not going to say that, Andy. I'm going to say they're both pretty much about the same. The difference is that the one from Craft Closet doesn't come in the 2.75 millimeter, and I prefer to have a thinner piece of wood, only because if you're stacking a couple of pieces together, you don't have as much bulk. So I'm going to say they're pretty much both about the same, but the ones from Craft Closet are like 3.2 millimeters, and these are 2.75. So I would say that I do like them better, only because they're thinner. It's always a good thing to repeat these things in the live streams. There's a lot of things believe it or not, I have to go back and watch my own videos sometimes. So congratulations, you got the F2 Ultra. I'm hearing a lot of good things about it. I'm not keen on, that another reason why I won't use, their machines is because none of them play with Lightburn. So it is easy to learn, and they've come a long way. Their software is pretty decent now. But if you're not using Lightburn, you're missing some features that if you're in business, you absolutely need. Moose steaks. Just not moose steaks.
Oh, what's wrong with moose steaks?
So Jack says the reason he makes videos is to remind himself of settings he's used in the past.
Yeah.
That's pretty funny. There's a new one. Greg says everybody has to mush the like button. I say click on the like button. Click like and subscribe. I'm trying to get to that 100,000 subscribers, but YouTube is just not pushing out my videos anymore, which is why I'm not doing as many of them. So I'm concentrating more on live streams for my patrons and my channel members.
Oh, that wasn't going to be good. Let's change that setting. There we go. I think that'll work.
So I'm seeing my LPI is still a little bit high. If you look, let me put this in full screen for a second. You look at the first one on the bottom, it's very dark. And the next one up top here, it's lightening up a bit. So this, like I said earlier in the live stream, when I switched to a different color, I didn't do the material test on this color because I only have one sheet of this color. So it is what it is. I think when I do the other side, I'm going to lower the LPI some more, as well as the power, and see if that fixes it where it comes out white. We'll see.
I don't know how this one's going to look, but I just took one of the snowflakes, ripped it completely apart, took the inner part of it, made like 6 copies of it, wrapped it all the way around so it looked like a starburst, pulled a bunch of parts out, did a bunch of note editing, and now I'm burning it. So we'll see what it looks like.
Okay, I want to see that.
It looks nothing like what I started with. It looks cool on screen.
William, I'm in 30 watt right now. 30 watt.
Me too, because I'm cutting.
Greg says he bought his Lasermatic because of me and has a lot of fun with it. I'm glad to hear that. You'll have a lot of fun with it for a lot of years. A lot of years.
It's also gonna be always your fault when something goes wrong because you bought it because of you.
Yeah, well, it's always my fault when something goes wrong. That's just so true. You know, I've had things go wrong, and I have to sit there and think about it, and it's like, oh, you know, I smack myself in the head and I say, well, I didn't do this. So we're not going to take all night on the other side. I'm only going to flip maybe 2 or 3 of these just to show you how I do both sides. This is a lot of engraving, and I guess I could have probably bumped up the speed on the engraving to, like, instead of 18.2, could have bumped it up to maybe 30,000 or something like that. But I can't do that now because I've got my jig set up. Yeah, everybody that owns a Lasermatic, I think, loves it. Really never heard anybody. You know, the only people that had a bad opinion of it were the first 5 people that got it for free. And that's because they didn't know how to use it. So everybody else that knows how to use the laser absolutely loves it. Kate's took 97 minutes to do. What did you do tonight, Kate?
Oh, she's working on your wife's thing.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I remember from earlier.
Yeah, so I do, I have a pallet buster, and I do go out and get pallets occasionally. And what I do, I also bought a little what do you call it, metal detector, and I wand that over it. And on my compressor, I have a like a little gun with a hole in the end, and you stick it onto the nail and pull the trigger, and it shoots the nail back out. But then I go over it with the wand, and I find staples and all other kinds of stuff, and then I just run it through the planer and then through the belt sander. And you can, believe it or not, pallet wood, sometimes you'll get exotic woods in there as well. So pallet wood is absolutely a great way to go.
Also, you could go out and get firewood.
Yeah.
And make 1/4-inch planks out of walnut on your table saw. And then you've got stuff for projects that way.
Yeah, Jeremy reminded me. Kate, thanks. Hey, I'm getting old, you know. Things don't last long in this brain anymore. Pop agrees with the pallet wood. I've gotten some beautiful, beautiful pallet woods, especially if you go to companies that specialize in electronics. So we have a company in the industrial park here that does electronics, and their pallet wood is exceptional. Not only do they have the pallet wood, but it also comes in a wooden box made of real sheets of plywood. So you can get plywood and pallet wood at the same time.
This whole entire back wall is pallet wood.
Yes. Yeah. That's beautiful too.
Albeit I cheated a little bit and got it before it went to the pallet manufacturer.
Chuck, you need to get that nail remover for your compressor. It's absolutely incredible. I mean, I just pop them out one after the other. Pop, 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 pop. Yeah, and you can even slide it on sideways and bend them up and then pull the trigger. I mean, keeps you from having to remove nails. Oh, so a pallet buster is basically like a fork. It's got like 4 fingers on it, and it's at a 90-degree angle with the bar, and you slip the fork underneath the pallet wood and pull up on it, and it pops it right out of the wood frame. You just do that 3 times all the way across, and just keep going, and just pop all the wood off. Only takes a couple minutes to do an entire pallet. That's right, big pry bar. Yep. Yeah, I think mine has 3 or 4 forks on it. Yeah, if you look around, like I said, you know, find a company that does high-end products. Their pallets are going to be made of sometimes they're exotic woods. I mean, I've gotten oak, I've gotten mahogany, I've gotten all kinds of stuff. Yeah, that's what that is in the background there, Jack, behind Jeremy. That's a pallet wall.
This is one of those denailers you plug into your air compressor.
That's what it's called, the denailer. Yeah, show them the little hole in the front. Yeah, so you can like grab a bent nail and stand it up and pull the trigger.
Pry it up. I got 2 of these. It goes over a 20-penny pull bar nail. It's amazing.
Jack made his own pallet buster. I would expect that Jack would make his own. Yeah, I'm too old to be fooling with a hammer. Oh, well, you can send some of those shine barrels this way. That's you know, that's really nice if you've access to those.
Yeah, I've done a couple barrel lids. They're fun.
I saw a company online that was selling barrel lids. I think they were $94 a piece.
I get mine from Wisconsin, and I can get 2 of them for $36 plus shipping with no marks on them.
Wow.
There's a place out of Kentucky and a place out of Tennessee that does the same thing for similar pricing. All right, so here's Here's side one.
Oh, cool.
Let me see. I'm hoping it's not fragile. It doesn't seem like it is. There we go. Yeah.
Beautiful. Oh, that came out
like
really
that.
nice.
Yeah, that one came out better than I thought it was gonna.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah,
So,
that looks cool.
just rip apart those things in the file and play around with them. Have some fun. I love it.
So I'm glad that that was brought up earlier about the edge lock magnets because there are a lot of lasers that focus 2 millimeters off the material. Yeah, I bet that smells wonderful when you engrave them.
Yeah, that one turned out pretty good. I'm kind of happy with that one. I think I'm going to end up taking these to a show this next weekend. Let's see what happens.
Well, at least we're getting down to almost the end of the engraving. I didn't even think about how long this would take. I should have set this speed at 30,000 instead of 18.2. I didn't even think about that. Speaking of exotic woods, I found a new guy in Hammond. I believe it's Gojo Exotics. I stopped by this week and got rosewood, cocoa some ash, walnut veneer, and a few others. Have you ever been to the other place in Hammond? Oh, geez, I can't remember the name of it now. There's a huge place in Hammond. Why can't I remember that? You know what? I am going to go quickly search real quick. That's where I go.
Greg, I completely agree with that. It would look awesome in some, even if you were to like glue glitter paper onto it before you cut it and put it together, which I've done. I've got a lot of them sitting in a box over there, but nothing like this. These are new for me. There. After tonight, I now have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 completed designs. So all I have to do is put them in my thing and hit go.
Now it's not coming up in my search all of a sudden. I know how to get there. I just can't. Let's see. I just did a video on this recently. It's not southern wood. Oh boy, let's see. Well, for some reason, it's just not coming up in my search right now. Nope, I don't see it. But there is the biggest wood place I've ever seen. And I've been going there for a few years. It's by appointment only. It's in Hammond. I don't have, yeah, it's not southern wood. Nope, it's not Acadian in Denham Springs. I used to like beautiful woods in New Orleans East, but they disappeared after Katrina. They had the right name for their company. They had some beautiful stuff. But then after Katrina, I started going up to Hammond. I just can't think of the name of this place. It's in an industrial park, and it's just huge. It would take you all day to walk through. I talked about it in one of my live streams a week or two ago. And for some reason, the name is escaping me right now. Yeah, Riverside's okay.
Glitter acrylic. Yeah. That would be fun.
I also go. Sometimes I'll go to that lumber yard in the Marigny too. So I can't think of the name of it offhand. I know how to get there. It's a family-owned place. Um, if you follow, let's see, I think follow St. Peter through the French Quarter. When you get into the Marigny, just keep going straight until you get to the end where it turns. And right there on that corner, there's a lumber yard. I haven't been there in years, though. But for plywood, like if you're doing birch ply, probably your best bet is to find a local cabinet maker. I use a guy in Harvey, and they'll order like 1/8-inch Baltic birch that they order for their cabinets. They'll even cut them to size for you into 12 by 12s, cheaper than anything you can get on the internet.
So here's there's that clip section. It's going to go like this. That's one side. So you're going to get 8 pieces in the kit. And they just clip together.
The one in the Marigny is called Wilsonburg Lumber. Apparently they've changed their name. Yeah, it's called Wilsonburg. It used to be a different name the last time I was there. No, it's not Wood Suppliers.
That stuff works great, Ernie. I love it. I got a couple bottles of it sitting right here.
Somebody says the name, I'd remember. I have to go back through my live stream from last week because I talked about it in that live stream. So I just go there so rarely. And I'm bad with names. I know how to get there just by driving. Don't ask me the street names. I go across the bridge. I make a right. I make a left about a mile up. Oh, we can finally get to the cutting. Yeah, I think I'm only going to do 2 on the other side when I flip them. Just going to do 2 for demonstration purposes. I don't want this to take all night. Yeah, Rich says glitter acrylic would work. Yeah, absolutely. The black obsidian would look really cool.
Yeah, ain't that the kicker, Jack? All the time. Same thing. Can never remember a name. I will always forget a face.
I never forget faces. It's hard to put names on. But I learned something new recently, though. When you first meet somebody and they tell you their name, if you pretend like you have a magic marker and pretend right on their forehead their name, you'll remember it forever. I've actually tried it and it works. All right, we're finally done with the engraving. Thank goodness. I am going to change the speed and power for the other side. I guess this will be my material test. I probably should have only done this with 3. That's all right, though. We got time. Okay, now it's coming and putting in those lines. And those are just definition lines. Oh, Lightburn's gonna go crazy now and go all over the place with the cuts. I wish they would get that fixed. You know, it doesn't make sense to do one cut in the bottom right corner and then another cut above that and then go back to the same place. And it just doesn't make sense how much travel goes on with the cutting. Rich, okay, Greg says, write the name of the store on your forehead next time.
Especially
Wayne, this is the Lasermatic. And it's in 30 watt right now. Just don't use a Sharpie.
Use the wide Sharpie for making signboards, like that 1/2-inch wide one.
I remember when Sharpies first came out. I think I was in high school. It was either high school or college. And we drew a mustache on one of my friends that was sleeping. We were all drunk. And he was laid out on the couch sleeping. We drew a mustache on his face. He had it for about 3 weeks.
You're just gonna cut and flip too right now?
Yeah, I'm just going to do 2. I haven't heard from Leo lately, V, but yeah, he seems to be doing fine. Last I heard from him a couple weeks ago. He's the only one left at the factory, but you know, he's taking care of spare parts. Thank you, Dave.
Appreciate that.
Appreciate it. Thank you for that super sticker. Any of the super stickers that you guys send or super chats, they all go to, the money all goes to Patrick and Jeremy so that they can buy supplies. Thank you so much.
I just had a message chat with Leo a couple nights ago, and that's the only thing he said was that there wasn't, I don't think there was any left in the UK, any machines, and there was, at that time, there was 11, I think he said, in Australia available.
Yeah, I think the last time I talked to him, I think he said he had 12 left, and it was there was just a couple in the EU and the rest were in Australia. Or maybe he said 14, I don't remember.
He did say that Dimitri's last day was supposed to be September 25th for the video stuff, but they extended it to the 25th of this month because there's too much going on. Yeah,
Dimitri's still working.
Jade is supposed to be getting set up on Facebook for something. I don't remember what he said.
You did a pre-order off the website recently? Because if you did, if you were able to do a pre-order, that means that they're going to send it out. But I would check. I would send an email just to make sure, because they'll refund your money if they don't have one. Jeremy. That is the black carbon fiber.
Yep. From Lone Star.
Lone Star Adhesives. Yep. Oh, on the Alien Cell? Yeah, so the Alien Cell, they've updated quite a few things on it, and they've just moved into their production factory, and the first machines are on the ocean right now, so they're heading to the US. So there's been a lot of upgrades to them, and the new machines are on their way. So you should be hearing something shortly on the Alien Cell. Yeah, there was a lot more involved than they thought with getting production going. They've just
Yeah.
moved into their big factory. I think the first container of the X1s, it's on the water right now. That's what I know for sure. I don't know when it'll be here.
Yeah, so Lone Star has this one that goes to silver. I know Great Lakes Laser Supply has a black carbon fiber that goes to white.
Yeah.
I think he's got something else that's another carbon fiber that goes to white as a contrast to the one that goes to the silver. And there's another one that goes, is it red? Do I have a red? I have red that goes to black.
Yeah. Yeah, I've got several of the carbon fibers at the other shop.
A Rolly.
Well, since they're not available anymore, I would
that's
probably
true.
say the Alien Cell. Supposedly the Lightburn crew has a couple of them, and they've been working on full integration. So supposedly these new ones with the new control boards are going to be fully compatible with Lightburn. We'll see.
The 40 watts, their flagship. That's like that's the one that they're going to push, I think, the hardest.
Yeah. Yep. 40 watts probably going to be the best. That's probably what I would recommend. Yeah. So Greg, it's not just a hat business. He does hats and t-shirts and UV printing and just all different types of stuff over there. So it's going well. Thank you. Yeah, I don't think you'll be going anywhere anytime soon, Joe.
Yeah.
I mean, I've got 4 different Lasermatics, and I've never had to repair anything on any of them. Oh, okay. So I am done over there. So I'm just going to show you guys how I do this. And I know you guys probably know this already, but I'm just going to show you anyway. I use a really sharp knife to do this.
So somebody was asking about flashback, laying it directly on there. No, that
Oh,
pre-finished.
this is painted material. So
Right.
anything that's on there will wipe right off.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so now that I'm just going to do those 3 in the middle. And I think maybe I'm just going to do 1, right? Because we don't want this stream to take all night. So let me switch back to Lightburn. And I will ungroup these. And I think I'll just do this one right here. And I'm going to turn off the output on the red. So The output is now turned off on the red. I've only got that one selected. Over here on the laser tab, I've got this enabled, cut selected graphics. So that's the only thing that it will actually engrave. But I do think I want to make a change. I don't know how much this is going to help, but let's go 225 on the LPI and cut the power down to 70%. Let's see if that works a little better. Or maybe what I'll do is maybe I'll increase the speed to, I'll just increase the speed to 25,000 and set this to 85. I think that should probably work okay. But I didn't do a material test on this, so there's no way of actually knowing. So now I'm just going to switch back over to the laser and hit start.
As Patrick says, you got to burn to learn.
Yep, that's right.
Jack needs to get going. He says he's not doing nothing the rest of the night, so he sounds pretty busy.
Yeah. You need to get to work. Even that's still too hot. What I can do, though, I can come back over to light burn, and if I come over here to the move tab, you'll see that I've got adjustments for power and speed. So I'm just going to bring down the power on this by 10%. So now we're at 90% of the power that I selected, and we'll see if that works a little better. Oh, that's looking better already. And I think maybe I'll do that again, and I'll go another 10% down on the power to 80%. And maybe I'll get, yeah, I think that's the white I'm looking for right there. So I'm going to wind up saving this setting to my library. Chuck is getting paid to be here tonight.
Nice.
That's always a good thing. So yeah, I think that white is starting to look good. And if it wasn't, then I could drop it another 10%. But that's another thing a lot of people don't know, is that you can control the power and the speed on the move tab during a job on a diode laser. I think that's looking good enough for tonight's demonstration anyway. I should have done a material test because this is a color I've never done before, but the only problem was I didn't have more than one sheet of this, so I couldn't do it. Greg is saying, I thought these were going to be put back to back. No, he just flipped them over in their position.
Can you do that power adjustment on a CO2 on the
No,
fly?
no. Yeah, that's looking pretty good, I think. I think that's the right setting. It looks like I'm getting the right amount of white on that. See, when I did it on the red, that setting that I had worked perfectly. But now on this blue, I know it looks green, but it's not. That's because of the enclosure.
Yeah.
So, what is the material? Okay, so the material, the link is in the description. This is just painted wood, and it's from Creator Ally, and I have a discount coupon in the description down below if you're watching from my channel, if you want to go try it out for yourself. But yeah, I've got to save this setting now to my material library. Randall just learned something else. That's why we do these live streams, just to share what our experience. And, we're all learning at the same time as we go. But I'm thinking that looks like a good setting to put into the, so 80% of the power that I used, and let's see, the power I used was 85% power. So what would that be, 17% less? 75, 70, 68% power is where I'd need to be.
Thank you, John.
Thank you, John. Much appreciated.
David, you just saw the video of how to change that while engraving. But Rich, you've done videos on that too, haven't you? Changing the
Yes, I
power
have.
while you're engraving. Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah, so you don't really need to see the video. It's right here. While it's still engraving, on the Move tab, you can adjust the power and the speed as you go. 10%, 1%, but that's going to go away now in a second because the job is finished. So let's just take a look and see how this came out.
He says he loves how you know what adjustments to make based on experience. It's called Kentucky windage.
I didn't hear what you
Yes,
said.
a little experience helps too.
Okay, so here is the final. This is with the bad settings on this side. And then this is the one where I changed the settings during the job. So I came out with the right settings. So double-sided ornaments that you can do if you have the right settings. Like I said, I didn't have any extra material, so we had to do this on the fly. But there it is right there. If you have a Lasermatic and you want to know what the settings is for blue painted wood, that would be 70. What did I say it was? 85. So it'd be 71%, I think. 25,000 speed, 71% power. Yeah, that's what it is. Because that was, I did minus 20%. Minus 20% of 85 would be 17. So that would be 68% power. 25,000 millimeters per minute, 68% power, and you wind up with a beautiful white for your Christmas ornament.
What was your LPI at the end? You changed.
I lowered that to 225.
Yeah.
Yeah, I lowered the LPI to 225. Let me take a look at it and see. That looks good. I think maybe I would go. Maybe I go 240 on the LPI, just to get a little bit more. I see a little bit of black in here, tiny little bit. So maybe I'd go to 240. But there you go. So, the people that have been having trouble with double-sided, the key is a jig. And you can use the magnets. Like I said, down below the video on my channel, in the comments, I've got a link to Creator Ally for the wood. I think it's 2.75 millimeter wood. And I also have a discount coupon there for 10% off. And I also have a link to Emily's channel, Wild Willow, for the magnets. If you're interested in getting those magnets, the big magnets create a fantastic jig. Just remember that you need, 7.75 millimeters of clearance. So if you're jigging something out, you can either only operate with inside the jig, or if you need to use the whole wood like I did tonight, your focus has to be, say, 8 millimeters above.
So that plywood is pre-painted when it comes. You don't do any painting. You just put it in there. And
nothing. No, you don't do anything at all. And the beauty with this too, so we'll see that there is let me see if I can show you close up. So somebody was talking about the flashback. If you get your settings right, you probably don't have much flashback. But here, let me see if I can. Right here is a little tiny bit of flashback right there. And the beauty of this kind of wood is that you can just take anything wet. I'll use a little bit of my lens cleaner. on a microfiber cloth, you don't want to use paper towels. So I hear so many people talking about using paper towels. Using paper towels is like using sandpaper. So you just take and just wipe that off, and it comes right off, and there's nothing left. So you can see that spot is completely gone. And there's another spot right there. So I'll just move up to that spot and just wipe that spot off. Everything just wipes right off. There's another spot on the top over here. I'm not keeping this because this was just a demo, but I'm just showing you how easily these clean up. No matter how much soot or debris you've got around it, all you just do is just wet a cloth and just wipe it right off. That's the beauty of using painted wood. Whether you
Can I pop?
Can I pop up? Whether you use the craft closet painted wood or the Creator Ally painted wood, or if you paint it yourself, any painted wood, you're going to get the same results. Any finished wood, any finished product.
Yes, you can keep it up off the honeycomb to stop the flashback. But if you're going to flip them over, you got to have it laying down so it holds it in place.
Exactly. Yeah. So William says he uses baby wipes. I used to use those about 3 years ago. They work well. They're just a little too wet for me.
Mm-hmm.
I use golf tees. Yeah, I've got golf tees in there. In fact, I could show you. All I did was cut the bottom off the tee. So there's the golf tee. So I cut half of it off over here. I just snipped it off with a plier, cutting plier. But I use golf tees too sometimes. Which, by the way, I learned from Emily over at Wild Willow. All right, let's get into where we at. We're at 1 hour 36 minutes, so we're past the end of our live stream. Let's just make sure that everybody that's got comments gets them answered. If we haven't answered anything that you asked tonight, if we missed it anywhere along the way, just go ahead and post it now. We'll do Q&A for the next few minutes. I love Wild Willow. She does some amazing. Yeah, I love her Instagram. She did a video for her Instagram recently, last month. That was like a Mission Impossible video. She'd fall down from the top in the camera and then run off out of the camera and grab something and oh, it was just so good. It was so good. Yeah, golf tees work really good, V. You can use anything. You can cut a couple little strips of wood if you wanted to. Yeah. Chuck says he probably got that from me, come to think of it. I get it from somewhere else too. So
I have a variety of things that I use for hold downs. These are my
there's so much stuff you can use.
Primary go-to for holding wood off for flashback. Then I have a clamp that I designed, pinches the honeycomb and holds it down like a workbench dog. But if you don't want to or have a 3D printer, you can make the same thing out of wood. This is some scrap.
Move it over to your right a little bit. Move it to your right a little bit. You're right over the comments. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, I also have those for free in my online store. I have some custom ones that I made. You can just download and run them off.
I made for 5mm or 6mm plywood that has the clamp on the bottom to hold it up for flashback as well.
Yeah.
There's all kinds of stuff you can make and do and cut stuff out of scrap plywood. And
yeah. Okay, so let's see. Do either of you have experience with Monport? Yeah, I actually am the person that got them started on the internet, unfortunately, and I regret it. I'm trying to decide on a fiber laser, looking at so the fiber lasers are okay. Their fiber lasers come from a reputable company, but Their CO2 lasers do not. So that was another thing I heard on a live stream recently, was how great their Reno 45 was. Now, I get tons of questions from people every day in Facebook Messenger and emails and all these different places. And I have so many people that are just looking for help with the CO2s that come from Montport. They use a budget factory with all budget parts with almost no quality control. Stay away from their CO2 lasers, please. But their fiber lasers are okay. I actually have 3 of their fiber lasers.
Yeah, I don't have anything from them.
The finish on the painted wood from Craft Closet or Creator Ally is so much nicer than what I can paint on birch ply myself. Yes, the reason for that is because they spray the paint. First, it goes through a paint sprayer, and then it goes through a lacquer finish. So that's the reason why.
Yep.
But I can tell you, comes out just as good with my graffiti paints that I get from bombingscience.com. I use Dang and I use Flame Orange graffiti paints, and those are the best paints around. I still have their CO2 I bought from them 3 years ago. Never turned it on. I think you're out of warranty now, and if you turn it on, you might get a surprise. Be careful spending money. It's Black Friday. Yeah, this Black Friday has been like no other. I haven't seen anything that is worth buying. I don't know about you guys. I was thinking about doing a Black Friday video, and it seems that all of the Black Friday things that I could find were the same price as they were a month ago. So I really, I really don't. I'm not buying anything this Black Friday.
I buy my Black Friday stuff after January 1st.
Yes, don't forget, exactly. So don't forget that Black Friday is just a gimmick, and they load up on inventory for Black Friday, and then right after New Year's, what Jeremy just said, after January 1st, all of the stuff they have goes on sale for the same prices as at Black Friday. So.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so Montport, I even went and looked at their website, and I didn't see anything that wasn't, they always have that stupid, all these Chinese manufacturers have these stupid things that pop up, spin the wheel and all this kind of stuff. It's so annoying when you're trying to go find something on their website. Sometimes they have the pop-ups on every page, and their sale is not really a sale. So somebody just made a video on YouTube about Home Depot and their Black Friday sale, and they actually were going through the store looking at all the Black Friday items and pulling the price tag out of the shelf, and right behind it was a lower price,
mm-hmm.
a lower regular price than the Black Friday sale. So they started a class action lawsuit as well.
Yeah, I've seen that a few times.
Most of us big time DIYers always looking for deals all year. So we see the stupid. Yeah. This year, especially though, I mean, this has been the worst. You come to expect it with department stores and clothing and all that kind of stuff. Even Walmart. There are very few items that they actually have on sale. And those they have very little of. So it's not, Black Friday is not what it used to be. I don't know if you guys remember, just 12 or 13 years ago, people were trampling people, and some people actually got killed at Walmarts trying to get into the Black Friday deals. So it's not like that anymore. That's all a thing of the past. Everybody's shopping online. All the Black Friday deals are all gimmicks, as far as I've seen. I mean, if you guys have found some, great, congratulations. I haven't been able to find any. I spent a whole 6 hours the other day thinking about doing a video on Black Friday. I had my notepad out. I was ready to get links and, product descriptions, and that notepad sat blank for the whole time that I was searching. So
I just buy stuff when I need it. I can't wait for sales.
So Rem Firearms is saying I ended up buying the One Laser XRF when the Galvamatic didn't. Yeah, I'm thinking that's going to be a good machine. I don't have one yet. I'm supposed to have one. I think they told me that they're going to send me one after the ASA show. So the ASA show is in February. I think it's February 24th to the 27th in Las Vegas. They're exhibiting there. I'm going to go meet with them there. But the last email I got from them said right after the Maker Show in Vegas, they're going to be sending me one. So I don't know. I don't know anything about them. I do know it's a very controversial machine because it's made by Thunder, China. So I know the guys at Thunder USA in Texas are kind of upset about that. But they have One Laser does have a deal with Thunder China where they're producing those lasers. So it's more than likely going to be a great machine. More than likely. I'd say you got a 99% chance that you're probably buying one of the best on the market. Cool. Andy says he just ordered a 4-pack of the Edge locks. Cool. Thank you, Andy. Thank you for supporting them. I don't get anything for that, but I do like promoting small businesses. Like when I did the Stone Lights design video, I like promoting small businesses, even if I get no benefit from it. And, especially they're a really cool young couple. I love them. Back in the old days, the Macy's scam. Yes, Macy's was famous for that. Mm-hmm. They'd raise prices 75 to 100% in October on all their items, and then they would actually mark them down.
Yeah, they had to pay for the balloons for the parade somehow.
Huh?
They had to pay for the balloons in the parade somehow.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that's actually true. Macy's did it. Filene's Basement did it. All of the big clothing stores in New York were guilty of that. Mm-hmm. You didn't want to shop in October because all the prices went up. Okay, well, I think we're done. We're at an hour and 45 minutes. I think the questions are tapering off. I hope you all enjoyed the live stream tonight. Don't forget, down below the video on my channel, I've got links to everything that I used tonight, and as well as the edge locks and all of the files from both me and Jeremy. And see, we still got a couple more comments coming in. Great show. Thank you, Wingnut. My mother worked for Sears. Andy saying my mother worked for Sears many years. She used to make up prices 10% because of the following week there'd be a 15% off sale. Yeah. All right. Thank you, everyone. I want to wish everybody a happy Turkey Day coming up.
Yes, happy Thanksgiving.
I know I'm looking forward to it. We are getting a turducken for Thanksgiving. So that's what my wife is cooking. If you don't know what that is, it is a turkey stuffed with a duck, stuffed with a chicken. So it's a turducken that we're having. It's a Louisiana famous. My wife's making it this week for Thanksgiving. I look forward to that every year. We have it every year now. And it's just absolutely awesome, the 3 different meats.
It sounds delicious.
So thank you all for being with us. And again, we are off schedule now. So it's whenever we can get together, the 3 of us, we'll be doing a live stream. We're probably going to be going down to 1 per month because we've got so much other things going on. But
turkey.
It's just going to be a pop-up. So keep an eye out on the channels. Make sure you hit the bell notifications on all the channels. That way you get notification that we're going live. Jack's wife is doing ham and turkey in the oven. He's doing 2 chickens on the pellet grill. Cool.
Yeah, we raised our own meat birds this year too, so we're doing a couple of those. I might put one of those on the grill.
Yeah, I don't think I have anything for the grill this year, but I do love my pellet grill. Had it for about 4 years now, and there's nothing better. I usually I'll have it on smoke, for like the first hour to 90 minutes, and then I'll open the grates and turn up the temperature and barbecue it for the rest of the time. Man, I tell you what, that's some great barbecue. Okay, thank you all for joining us. We'll see you sometime next month. Don't forget, hit the bell notification and subscribe to all notifications from our channels. This way you'll see when we're going to be live. So thanks for being with us tonight. We really appreciate it.
Good night, everybody.
And we'll see you in the next one.